position to say, hey, listen, I have a fear of public speaking, but let me write about it. And then let me write about it. I can take what I wrote and use it on a live stream. So what you're doing is you're tapping into what you're really good at, and you're using a tool like live streaming to let everybody know, hey, I love to write. I'm a little scared of live streaming and public speaking, but I'm going to break through that by using something I'm really good at. See, the idea of tapping into your passion and your purpose is to go back to what you know, focusing on your strengths. Don't worry about your weaknesses. Weaknesses are there just because it's part of the human experience, but don't spend time trying to build up your weaknesses, because they're never going to be as strong as your strengths, as I would say. So focus on what you're really good at and build based on your strengths. So if that's helpful to you, I would encourage you to at least try it, or at least discuss it or write it down, and just go from there. Danielle goes, how do I stay motivated to work out? Well, think about how you feel after you work out. Okay? Think about what the feeling's going to be like after you work out 3-4 times in a week. Think about how your body's going to feel, or what your body's going to look like 3 or 4 times a week. Think about the benefit that you're giving to your heart and your cardiovascular system and your muscles. Think about, your brain is like a muscle. You have to constantly work it all the time. If you didn't go to the gym for your brain, you'd be brain dead. So you have to go to the gym to work your muscles, and the way to do that is to just put yourself in a position to feel what you feel like after the workout is done, because that makes you feel great. So put yourself in that state. Just imagine what it feels like. Like, close your eyes and feel what it feels like after you have a workout. Like, I know when I work out with my trainer, I'm going to do this with you live, guys. This wasn't in my script, so I'm going to do this live with you. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to feel what it feels like after I get done working with my trainer, Kevin. And boy, does he kick my butt. This guy puts me through stuff I think I'm going to die. And I don't want to go work out. It really hurts. It's painful. I'm panting. I can't catch my breath. I come home. I drink my chocolate milk. And then I shower. And then I feel good. It's like, wow, that's the best way to do it. So imagine what the feeling is after you've already done it. Because if you think about it beforehand, you're going to think of every excuse on the planet not to do it. So getting started is as easy as committing and saying, I'm going to do this. And what you do is, my friend Vicky Fitz says, you have to make it non-negotiable. So let's say you do a weekly live streaming show like I'm doing now. I'm going to be doing a daily and a weekly live streaming show. So this is day 1 of my Facebook live stream, and I'm going to do it every single day, either at 12 or at 6. And I did my first one at 12 noon today on Periscope, and it worked out really well. I'm doing today's at 6 o'clock because I want to make sure that I am focused completely on committing to my live streaming. Hey, Ross, how you doing? Thanks for joining, my friend. Appreciate you being here. So I am putting my particular live stream on my calendar, and I am making it non-negotiable. Means I cannot move it, I cannot change it, I just have to do it. It's like air. You have to do something as if you know you're breathing. Okay, so let's say I have a live streaming show I'm going to do tomorrow at noon, and all of a sudden I decide, well, I'm going to go have lunch with my friends, or I'm going to have lunch with a colleague, or I'm going to have lunch with a customer, and all of a sudden I decide not to do it. Well, you know what? If I treat my live streaming as in breathing, I am literally taking my hand and I'm squeezing my neck and stopping the air from going to my brain. I have to think on that level. Because if you want something bad enough, you will commit the time to doing it. And it's not the hardest thing to do, because if you love it, you'll commit to doing the work to doing it. That's what all this comes down to. Because when you think about it too much, you're going to find ways not to do it. So getting started should be committing to it, writing it in your calendar, and 2, making it non-negotiable. And then the third thing you need to do is just take the action. Just do it. As I say, don't be a little bitch. I'm sorry that sounds offensive, but don't be a little bitch. Don't let the things that you feel kind of bad about take away from the things you know you have to do. Because sometimes you got to make those hard decisions. You really have to. And yes, Ross, I'm going to do a Facebook Live every day as well. And I have a bunch of content I'm going to share with all of you, and I really hope that you guys get a chance to consume it. And I'm going to look to you to tell me whether you think this is valuable or not. So how are you guys feeling so far about the getting started? Do you understand what getting started really means, it's not just saying it. It's really all about, I'm going to get started because I know this is good for me. It's good for my mind. It's good for my health. And it's also good for my community because I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve the community. I'm here to make you a better version of you. Because if I can't make me a better version of me, I can't make you a better version of you. And by the way, I can't make you a better version. You have to make a better version of yourself. You know, Tony Robbins talks about saying that you're not broken because you're not broken. You have the answers. You just need to know where to go find them. And they're up in here somewhere. They're up in your head. And they're all in here as well. And it's up to you to go find them. So getting started takes commitment and focus and then just doing it. I mean, doing it is really what it comes down to. And let me give you an example of doing it. I waited for a long time to go back and forth and decide whether I wanted to do a live stream or not. So I kept doing it off the cuff, not really sure. I think I'm going to wait. I think I'll just ponder. And I basically kept telling myself, I kept feeding myself this excuse over and over and over again. And what really happened was, here's what happened. I lost sight of what was really important. And what is really important to me is to continue to make myself a better version of me so I could be the best for me, the best for my wife, the best for my kids, and the best for my community. Because if I'm not being the best that I can be, I cannot give you the value that you really need to make you the better version of you. April saying, Anthony, you inspire me. It's always important for me to let others know when they do that. And it pushes the person to keep inspiring others. Don't stop doing what you're doing to help others. And it's so appreciated. Thank you so much, April. I appreciate that. You inspire me. See, comments like that inspire me to do more, to be more, to live more, to give more. You know, the secret to living is giving. You have to give to your community. I'm trying to give to myself as best I can. I'm trying to be like nauseatingly positive and passionate so I can feel good about me, so I can give that away to you. And, you know, my experience, just to give you some background, again, I spent 25 years in corporate America, 27 coming up on 28 years in the entertainment space. You know, I didn't read 500 books. I didn't read all these books on NLP. I didn't read all these books on motivational speaking. I'm giving you real life, raw experience. I am 52 years old. I was married for 20 years. I got divorced 6.5 years ago. My life completely was upside down. My life completely changed. I spent all my nights in the nightclubs, DJing from 12 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock in the morning, making money, trying to take care of my family, living a very, very different lifestyle. And then I realized I couldn't live that life anymore. I had to change. And 6.5 years ago, my life changed. My life was completely flipped upside down. I went through a very, very difficult, challenging, and fairly expensive divorce. But the one thing I can tell you about bad situations or life-changing experiences, I call them death, dying, disease, and divorce, right? The D's, the 4 D's, is that it makes you stronger. It makes you the better version of you. It helps you to understand, hey, now I really have an understanding of who I am because it's been put in my face like that. And I've been able to say to myself, okay, I learned something from it. And this is what I learned. I learned that I'm not going to die, at least not today. I learned that not to do that anymore. I learned to think of things differently because it's not what happens to you. It's how you interpret what happens to you. You know, life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you, right? It helps you to learn and grow and become because that's what life's all about. So getting started today means getting started right now. You know, if you have something that you need to do tomorrow, do it today. If you have something that you have to do next week, do it today. If you have something that you have to do next month, do it today. Why wait? Because when the 30 days pass, I can guarantee you one thing, 30 days will pass. But you want to look back and say, you know, I should have started 30 days ago? Or would you want to look back and say, I'm so glad I started 30 days ago? Just like a workout program. If you know you have to get to the gym, get your ass to the gym. You know, I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm just trying to tell you, if you know you got to get to the gym, you have to commit to doing it. If you have high blood pressure, watch your salt intake. If you have high cholesterol, watch the pastas and the breads. You know these things already. I'm not telling you something you don't know. You know this already. You just have to get started and do the things that you need to do, not just kind of want to do. You have to need, and these are called musts in your life. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, April, Christian who joined, Jared, Danielle, and everyone else that was here. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to share your day with me. Again, my name is Anthony Conklin. I'm also known as Anthony Ace, as in the entertainment space. Again, I spent 25 years in corporate America, and I'm going on 28 years in the entertainment space as an MC. I am a motivational and transformational keynote speaker. I've had the amazing opportunity and humble opportunity to work with Joe Girardi, the manager of the Yankees, and helping him with his ALS Foundation fundraisers. I've been very blessed to work with Mariano Rivera and David Cohen and some other members of the New York Yankees. I've been very blessed to work with professional NBA teams such as the New York Knicks, hoping they'll have a better year this year. And also, I've had the opportunity to work with actors like Richard Gere. And I don't tell you that to impress you, but to impress upon you that anything is possible. Let me leave you with this one quick story. In January this year, I had the opportunity to interview my mentor and someone who I never thought I could ever meet and interview, and that's #1 business and life strategist, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, to me, was one of the models in my life. So if I look at the models that I had in my life, I had 3 models. I had my mom, I had Michael Jackson, and I had Tony Robbins. So I'll do another live stream about it, but if you take the 3 of them, that sculpted me to who I am today. My mom, sort of in the family values and doing what's right and everything's going to be okay. 2, Michael Jackson, who completely inspired me to be the entertainer that I always wanted to be. And then Tony Robbins being that male figure in my life that I always wanted. My dad was never around. My mom got remarried to an amazing man, and it just didn't work out for me. But Tony Robbins has always been that male figure, and his style and his energy found its way into my DNA. And it was that interview that I did in January on Blab that really changed my life, to say, hey, if I can do this, you can absolutely do this, because you must take the impossible, make it possible. And that's just not a quote, guys. It's reality, because you can do it. Because if I can do it, you can do it. It's really easy. You just have to commit and do the work. Anyway, guys, you can find me at anthonyjconklin.com. I'm at Anthony J. Conklin, at Anthony J. Conklin everywhere, on Blab, on Periscope, and on Twitter. Send me an email. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to come and speak to your organization. You can send me an email, ac@anthonyjconklin.com, or leave me some messages right here on Facebook. I'm going to be at Mobile Beat 2017 in Vegas, March 17th at the Tropicana. I'll be speaking alongside the one, the only Jeffrey Gitomer. I'm so excited. I'll give you more details as they come out. And remember, you have greatness within you. Look in the mirror, because you do. Live life to the max. Thank you guys so very much. I love you, and I'll see you next time.